And on this note, because of our time, we move straight to appreciation of and recognition of talent in the field of social work across Africa. Because today is African Day, we call it Indaba. And on that note, we move to the award section. We have this year's award expanded, which to include social worker of the year, social development worker of the year, lifetime achievement award, MZ award, decolonizing award, developmental work award, social work education award, student award, and then service award for organizations and institutions. On this note, we want to ask social workers and development workers who are impacting life across the region. And we did a whole lot of nomination across African region, and then we received excellent submission. And on this note, I would like to start from the student award. And I would want to welcome one of our award recipients. If I'm not pronouncing your name so well, please uh, accept my apologies. So we have Ungobine Masimbula is from Ungobine Masimbula is from Eswatini. From the age of 13, being part of the Rotary Club Eswatini, he served as Mbobine served as an instructor in the same Christian high school where he did a lot of work in the community. And one being, we planted a garden for an old woman and helped rebuild her house in Nwala Mbabi, Eswatini, and also cannot say he has done so much on his own. But in 2018, he was part of the painting of the World Club, where they did a whole lot of visits to hospitals for children, and then spent a whole lot of time with them, making them happy. And then it was one of those, or it considered he considered that as an opportunity to give back to the community and also provide some community service into the life of his community. In 2021, he joined the Women Unlimited and then got to share their experience with them, and healing each other was the best thing that he found from that support group. And then it's not easy, but going through this as a student at the same time, considering what she has gone through as a student. And on this note, we want to give you, we consider it appropriate to be awarded student this awesome award, and a certificate would be sent to you in due course. Do we have Umbubile Masimbule? Please, a round of applause for her. Do we have her here? Is she on this platform? I don't think so. Oh, she's not here. Anyways, so we move on to the next awardee. It's on Development Work Award. Is an associate professor of social work. She holds different. Do we have a question there? Oh, okay. Okay. So she holds several social work degrees and has 23 years demonstrated experience working in different fields in social work as a practitioner and now as a professional. She had a PhD in developmental studies and a Masters of Social Work and and Community Development, and postgraduate diploma in contemporary social work and several other certifications. So Dr. Ngbagba, who is from Nigeria, has tools he has a strong understanding of the use of policy and also legislative advocacy, and he having experienced injustice from over 60 years of oil pollution and impact from unending oil exploitation and exploration in Nigeria, especially seeing the impact on women and girls. Dr. Ngbagba set out to address these issues headlock by applying advocacy, campaigning, and several other strategies. Her efforts paid off when, after many years of fighting that she single-handedly led and also supported the domestication and passage of several bills. So Dr. Agbagba actually, we was also a member of the House of Assembly, single-handedly fought for the bill on River State Climate Change Bill, Environmental Protection Bill, and also still pursuing the domestication of clean air as human rights bill and the gender and climate change policy. So, congratulations, Dr. Mina Ogbangba, on this developmental work award. We consider it an honor to give you this. And please, a round of applause as I'm saying their name. So let's move on to the next awardee. We have Thomas Simbai. I think I've seen that name here on this platform. Please, if you hear your name, just say, "Hi, I'm here." So Thomas Simbai from Tanzania had a master's degree in development management from University of Dar es Salaam, bachelor's degree in sociology from the same university. Thomas Tomik Simbai is a young, energetic social welfare officer from East Africa, and also East Africa, Tanzania region. Is enthusiastic social welfare leader and has been conducting several congregations of gender-based violence and has been fighting for the right of children. And since 2021, he visited different regions in Tanzania, such as the Umbaya of Umbulu, Umbeya Dodoma with the team to bring positive impact and also contribute to the economic development and equity in Tanzania. Congratulations, Simbaye, on this excellent award on developmental work. This is amazing. This is excellent work every one of us has been doing. It's so amazing, building positive memories in the life of our clients. It's not an easy thing, but we appreciate you. I would like to show some of our pictures of Simbaye. This is Simbaye presenting and working with diverse support group in Tanzania. Decolonizing award also goes to Professor Shahana Rasso. I think she's here. If you are here, Professor Shahana, are you here? Okay.
Yes, I am. Thank you. Dumilang. Hello, everybody. Thank you for this amazing seminar and for the award. I'm representing, thank you for the award. I appreciate it. This work was really based on the work I did with students at the University of Johannesburg. And today we're actually having our oath-taking ceremony for second-year students who've been joining us, and we've been live streaming this event where they take the social work oath. So, at the moment they're not, but in the beginning they heard most of the presentations, and I was hoping to do the thank you at the same time with them, because this work on decoloniality was really done in conjunction with them, as you can see from the pictures. All the students were involved across various years to look at how we can decolonize the social work curriculum at the University of Johannesburg. And of course, this work would not be possible without all of the staff who contributed to it, and Professor now Linda Haram-Smith, who walked this journey with us. And of course, it was inspired by the Fees Must Fall movement. And so this work was really based on what students were saying we needed to address in our curriculums when we're doing social work training. And I just want to quickly say what the 7 and now 8 principles are for decoloniality that we integrated into our program. The first one was power and oppression. The second one was foregrounding structural issues. And I think these were touched on a lot in the previous presentations. The third principle was intersectionality, looking at race, class, and gender, which is specifically important in the South African context. The fourth one was centering Africa and decentering Western universalism or disrupting coloniality. The fifth one is Ubuntu. The sixth is recognition of indigenous knowledges. The seventh is critical conscientization and voice. And we added another one later on when we looked at the work of feminists and womanists called imagination. So it was really looking at how these principles can be infused into our curriculum throughout all the courses, so that we embed decoloniality in the work of our students. And then also just to say, I'm representing the Association of Schools of Social Work in Africa here, who jointly worked with you on this process through Charlotte. And we're very pleased to be here and to be part of this program. and to work with our colleagues from Aswanet. I think this is so important, the work that we did today and the organizing of this event, and to thank all of you for your contributions. Much appreciated. Alisa, continue.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Prof. We really
Thank you so
appreciate your
much.
amazing job. We appreciate your dedication and commitment. It's really inspiring for many of us who are still upcoming. Anyways, and congratulations to the students on the oath taking. We appreciate them and then we welcome them to the profession. So, moving forward, we have the social worker of the year. That is Umbogiseni Samuel Ngomezulu from South Africa. Is Samuel here? Samuel, are you here with us? Oh, okay. Let me read Samuel's profile. Samuel was employed by the Upumalanga Department of Social Development. Is playing a vital role in addressing alcohol or substance abuse in the community of Stanton. Through the awareness of campaigns, members of the community are also informed about the availability of resources. Samuel also renders voluntary services on Saturdays, where he capacitates a community-based organization called Kunyekenga Kungonongo, where it provides capacity building workshop in order to ensure that services rendered by the organizations addresses the need of the substance abuse users. So these are Samuel's pictures, which is really exciting. It's really, really inspiring. We appreciate you, Samuel, on this occasion, and we say congratulations on being the social worker of the year. And we want to encourage you to keep it up, keep the fire burning, never relent. The reward there are more rewards that are bigger than what we are doing now. So keep the fire burning. We appreciate you. And then we move on to the next awardee. That is Lifetime Achievement Award. This goes to Tafadwa Rugoho from Zimbabwe. Do we have him here? Oh, okay. So Tafadwa Rugoho from Zimbabwe had a PhD in disability and sexual and reproductive health and rights in Africa in 2023, and also had a master's in strategic management and a master's in development studies, and also bachelor's degree in sociology from University of Zimbabwe, and also had a postgraduate certificate in monitoring and evaluation from the same university. Is dedicated to disability work and is a leading academic and researcher in the area of disability. He has published more than 25 scientific papers which are specifically focusing on disability. Congratulations, Dr. Tafadwa. It's a great honor to have everyone here. Congratulations, everybody. We appreciate you, and we know it's not easy, but we appreciate your effort. We appreciate your resilience. We appreciate your energetic I'm a social work unionist in Nigeria. As the National General Secretary, we used to say we appreciate your alutamatic spirit, the aluta spirit. We appreciate it. Thank you. So, and moving forward, yeah. So we've had all the speakers, and just a minute, please.
Mr. Olu. Mr. Olu.
Yeah.
Mr. Olu, this is Thomas Simbe, and my network it was difficult to access at that time, but right now I'm back and everything is cool.
Nice to see you, brother.
I'm so delighted to meet you and everyone who is here, and I really appreciate for the development work award, and everything is cool, and I will try to reconvey my sincere gratitude to Dr. Mogumbate, Garikai, Edmos from Zimbabwe, and I've been reading all those, reading and studying your YouTube channel for over 1 year right now. So I was very inspired. Like this time around, I will join the African Day Indaba, and as you can see, and I was very happy, by the way. So I was shocked and astonished, by the way, and I was thinking maybe I will not be available to give up my speech because of network. Right now, I'm in the campaign of legal aid campaign. So unfortunately, I got the network right now, and everything is cool. So I convey my gratitude for the all members of the African Day Indaba. Everything is cool, and I hope more things are coming. But also, I would like to reconvey my gratitude to the President of Tanzania, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, for restructure the Ministry of Community Development, Gender, Women, and Special Group. Now we are practicing those social practice in that ministry under Doris Kwajima. So everything is cool right here. I'm really appreciate more and more and more. And I'm delighted to say that the African Day in Indaba is something else. Trust me, Mr. Olu.
Thank you so much for moderating this presentation. And I really want to say that we have asked Wilkins, Dr. Wilkins, to represent the Association of Schools of Social Work that is co-organizing this event. Wilkins will represent Kenya, so we asked him to give closing remarks. And Wilkins, are you ready to do that?
Yes, please. I am.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Over to you,
okay,
sir.
Thank you very much. I'm not very sure if all of us are in the same time region. Here it is just afternoon. So if you are aware, it is still morning. Good morning and good afternoon for those who are in the afternoon region. Yeah, so thank you very much for this opportunity to give closing remarks. As Professor Charlotte has said, I'm from Kenya. I'm a lecturer at Pan-Africa Christian University, and I'm a real social worker doing a lot of things for social work. I teach social work. I'm an educator. So I'll go straight to the assignment I was given just to give closing remarks. Closing remarks, I may not take a lot of time. Mine is just to appreciate and just mention a few things like the ones that have been mentioned. All the speakers who have mentioned, I may not pick out specific, but for those who have been here from the beginning, what has been mentioned. So just what was very thrilling that I would really wish to mention is on just first looking at what social work is. I found that very interesting, and I was wondering when Dr. Noel was starting asking about such a question, of course, coming in from the first speaker. So I was wondering now, what is social work? But I discovered you cannot do what you don't understand. I know we learn and teach a lot about this in class, but sometimes we tend to forget what exactly it is. And then a number of issues were mentioned, highlighting, for example, the various dimensions of social work, or what social work focuses on and tries to address the social issues. And a lot of emphasis was put on developmental social work, not just residual. I think that is something that was really coming out. I'm just mentioning the things that were so much striking. Yeah, and then again, coming all the way and talking about decolonization, and of course, there have always been this confusion between indigenization and colonization. But a lot has been said about colonization, and maybe just mentioning what was it Akafo Okechis? Yes, I hope I'm getting the name right. What he was presenting on pathology and the system and social work as a social health institution, and I was just reflecting on other writers. There's a writer who has talked about social work as a social institution. I found it very interesting. I hope everyone has found it interesting. Although I just thought to bring in another dimension, or maybe how we look at it, maybe just to add on that. And I was thinking, I've always been someone who also believes in appreciating, as much as we have been hurt by colonialism and what I may refer to as historical trauma. I am a believer also of, other than decolonizing, but trying to bring in the indigenous-centered and focusing on reconciliatory approach, which recognizes, of course, the trauma, the historical trauma in various ways, but again, trying to address those gaps that have been brought about, what has been institutionalized, like some of the speakers were mentioning, the colonialism that has been institutionalized and so on. And then, of course, the discussions around, and maybe what even the awardees, what Professor Shahana was talking about here, the various aspects on issues around decolonization. So I think we've learned quite a lot. And I don't know if this is good, but based on the discussions, something that was ringing in my mind was, is it possible also to think about maybe Afro-centric, or maybe what I would call Afro-Euro-Western-centric approach, so that it's African approach mixed with the European, with the Western, and maybe all this trying to borrow from the best practices and incorporating them in what we do, because all these could help, because what we are focusing on is improving the living standards of people, improving the lives of people. As much as we are liberating, we are empowering, we need to see what works from which dimension. And I think those are the few remarks I can give. I don't have to go back to repeat what has been said, because I know we have listened. We may be given a recording, as it has been mentioned, and maybe, if possible, some of the materials. And I really appreciate the organizers and everyone else who has put in their effort. I know by the time you see such a function, there's a lot of planning that has gone in. And I really appreciate also ASWA for giving me an opportunity to give closing remarks, and I don't take it for granted. So thank you very much, and greetings from Kenya. Thank you. Bye-bye.